Hey guys, I'm Chewing Mew. Welcome to my channel, the ROM Hack Master. But more specifically, welcome back to the first Mega Man ROM hack I'm going to be playing on my channel. Because my channel being called the ROM Hack Master, I should be playing Mega Man ROM hacks, honestly, or just ROM hacks in general. So, take a look here. If I go here, press open, I have this massive folder filled with a bunch of Mega Man ROM hacks. I think there's like 86 of them. 86, 87, or no, 186, 187, something like that. So it's called Mega Man Remastered. So this is a remaster of Mega Man 1 where some things are changed, some things are different. And so let's press continue, or new game, and let's go to Bob Man. So I decided to start off with something simpler. It's not something too crazy right off the bat, just because I want to ease into these Mega Man ROM hacks. I don't want to start with something, too crazy right off the bat. Something that, like something I've never played before. I want to start off with something simple. I will definitely be doing more Mega Man ROM hacks, and Mario ROM hacks for that matter. Maybe some Metroid as well. It all depends on just, what I'm feeling to play. But I really like Mega Man, really like Mario. Mega Man is probably my favorite, video game series, so obviously I'm going to be playing some Mega Man ROM hacks. I'm probably the best at Mega Man 1, and this, the only real difference I know that this game has is, basically replaces the pause button with the... replaces the pause button where you pause and pause the whole screen. Instead, that's replaced with, what's it called? It's replaced with, like, being able to switch abilities. Also, as you see, that item, or that health thing, instead of looking like a weird circle, or instead of looking like a weird capsule-shaped thing, it's shaped like it is from Mega Man 2 and forward. So they've redesigned some things. I think enemies have some less, like, weird glitches. You guys are always pretty tough to deal with. Just gotta spam your attack on them, take care of them. So I'm not too good at Mega Man. Well, I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm bad at Mega Man. I'm not, like, I'm not the best at Mega Man. I'm pretty familiar with the controls. I'm pretty good at Mega Man 1. And Mega Man 2, I'm kind of good at Mega Man 2. But when it comes to, like, Mega Man 3 and forward, I don't really remember them too much. Because, as a kid, I owned Mega Man 1, like, when I got my NES, my dad gave me his NES when he, like, no longer played video games. In, like, the early 2000s, he stopped playing video games, so he just gave it to me, and I had it, and the SNES as well he gave to me. And so the only Mega Man games he owned was Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2. And so those are pretty much the only Mega Man games I played through, like, a lot. Like, I played those games the most, so I know those two the best. But when it comes on pretty much everything after Mega Man 1 and 2, I don't remember too much. I haven't played Mega Man 3, for example, in, like 5, 6 years. I haven't played Mega Man 4 in, I think, 10 years. I haven't played Mega Man 5 in probably about, like, 10, 13 years, maybe. Like, I would rent, NES games. Let me grab the one up. I would rent, like, NES games and SNES games from this video store called Hollywood Video, where my parents and I would also rent, we'd rent VHS tapes. We started renting DVDs eventually, when we got a DVD player. But we would rent, like, I'm probably gonna die to the boss anyway. I probably can't beat him with that little amount of life. And this thing's gonna kill me here probably anyway, too. Oh, no, it didn't kill me. So yeah, we'd rent VHS tapes, and they would have, like, NES, SNES, N64, some GameCube games, like, that you could also rent. And I died. I died from the explosion of the bomb. So we'd rent games and movies and stuff like that. And I didn't have an N64. I actually never owned an N64. I actually only played... as a kid, I never owned an N64. I originally got an N64 at, like, a yard sale, I think, with Super Mario 64, and I think it was like a racing, I think it was like Diddy Kong Racing or some Donkey Kong racing themed game. But that was the first time I played this game, because my dad owned Mega Man 1 and 2, but I never owned Mega Man 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I pretty much didn't own all the rest of the NES Mega Man games until I got like the anniversary collection on the what was it called, the GameCube, and then I got the like anniversary collection of the some collection that was later released for the 3DS. I got that one for the 3DS. The screen looks so bright I can't tell where my cursor is. Let's go to Guts Man. Also, they changed this thing too, so it looks more like how it does in Mega Man 2 and forward, where it has like the little ball things going across the screen. So I'm gonna try doing like maybe 2 or 3 Robot Masters per level. Also, I noticed on this TV, the screen looks very washed out. Like, it looks pretty pale. I don't know if it's something like settings on my TV or my computer or just like the emulator. Something just looks kind of funky about this. So as you see, if you press the select button, which is the select button, oh, that's select button, it actually opens up, it actually switches your power up or your ability, so you don't have to actually go in and switch it manually. Actually, I stopped the noise on these things. That's cool. Because these noise things are definitely the worst part about this game. Definitely my least favorite part about this game is these things all like non-stop. It just, God, it's so annoying. You can't even really like focus on what you're doing. I can't even like hear myself. And I got this platform. These platforms are all screwed up. I'm just gonna kill myself. There's no points in this game anymore. The enemies still drop those little orbs because I guess you can't program those out of the game. But there's no longer point system where it's usually in this game. When you beat a boss or when you kill an enemy, when you destroy something or when you pick up those little point things, it gives you points, which they took out in Mega Man 2 and onwards. But this game had points, I guess, to like, you know, that was like a common thing in like 80s gaming. Like arcades and even NES, they had like point systems where it'd be like, you try to get like a high score, which I don't even think even, like in arcades maybe, yes, the point system mattered, but in like, you know, home gaming, I guess if you competed with like your siblings and stuff, point gaming, like points in games mattered, but me being only child, I never really competed with anyone in games. Which most of my friends I played with, we would usually play outside, you know, like riding our bikes or playing on the trampoline or like, you know, playing with action figures, stuff like that. Like, we didn't really play games together. We did have like game systems. And this guy's back, I'm just gonna spam my attack to get rid of him. So yeah, we didn't play with, like my friends and I, we didn't play with games. We played with like, you know, toys and stuff outside when we were little. As we got older, we eventually played with games, but we never really, like, you know, made it a hobby or, like, a habit to, like, you know, let's play games inside. We usually spend most of our time playing outside. This guy does so much damage. Yep, he does. Maybe he'll give me some life if I kill him. Because if he kills me, if he hits me one more time, I'm probably gonna die. But yeah, like, I kind of, even though I grew up in the early 2000s, I was born in 2000, so, even despite being born in 2000, I kind of grew up like I feel like an 80s kid almost. Oh, we got a life from that guy. That's pretty good. So I kind of grew up, and I felt like an 80s, 90s kind of kid, or like, I guess 80s kid, where, you know, watching VHS, having like an N64, or a GameCube, you know, stuff that typically like 80s and like a 90s kid would have. Which, so, and even like even kids my own age in school, they didn't know what an NES was. Like, they didn't know what an NES was. Like, how do you not know that? Like really? I mean, I guess that's a little bit dated to be playing in like 2003, be playing an NES, but hey, that was like my childhood. NES, SNES. I grew up with like, you know, classics like the first Legend of Zelda, you know, Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, F-Zero, Contra, Ninja Gaiden, you know, a lot of like classic stuff. Mega Man, of course, was the big one of them. Punch-Out, you know, a lot of NES games I grew up with. I never really owned any NES games. Most of the NES games, oh, I need to use his weakness. That would make my life a lot easier. But yeah, I never owned many NES games. Pretty much the only NES games I owned, like, for the actual NES hardware, because I owned, like, remixes and, like, Virtual Console and stuff like that, but pretty much the main games I owned on the NES are Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2. I think I actually owned Mega Man 3. I think I got Mega Man 3 eventually. Then, I think I owned Contra, Duck Hunt. I think I actually owned Ninja Gaiden. Oh, this is different. It looks different. Was the sky always orange? I don't remember the sky was being orange in this level, but it definitely is now. Get out of here, jackasses. Also, I swear in my videos, so if you don't like that, sorry. But yeah, I pretty much grew up in, like, you know, the 80s video game era. Video game, like, 80s, late 80s, early 90s video game era is pretty much what I grew up with. And I grew up with, like, you know, VHS, which in early 2000s, VHS was, like, still a mainstream thing, but I don't know how kids my own age didn't know what a VCR was. Like, I remember in high school, which was, like, so I was in high school from 2000, I think 2014 to 2019, I think. Yeah, I graduated in 2019. So yeah, I started in 2000, or did I start 2015? I don't know, but in like those times of high school, I knew what like a VCR was, VHS, you know, all that stuff. I basically grew up watching like, you know, Spider-Man 1 and 2, like Disney movies, Power Rangers on VHS. That's what like that consisted of like my form of entertainment. Also, you know, watching TV, you know, before like the whole converter box thing where you needed a converter box to watch a CRT TV. You needed a, I don't know why I tried going there. You needed a converter box. Eventually, one president made it so that you needed a converter box to watch TV. And like most kids didn't even know what a converter box was, because most kids had an HD TV, which I didn't have a TV in my room. I had so in my original house I lived in, before my father passed away, rest in peace, my parents had an HD TV, like 16:9, like, you know, regular size TV in the living room, and in the guest room, we called it the guest room. So since it was only me, my mom and dad, and our dog, I was only child, so no one had to share rooms. We had an extra room, which we called it the guest room, where like when family would come to visit, they would spend in there, but most times family didn't come to visit, so it would pretty much just be like, that was all pretty much like the game room, where I would play games or watch the VCR and stuff. Other than, you know, like the living room. Like if it wasn't the living room and like my parents were watching TV, I would be in there, you know, watching like VCR, watching TV and stuff. Which there wasn't much to watch on TV because we didn't have cable. So, all I could really do was watch, like, you know, pretty much Cubo and, like, you know, the channels. I have one life left, or I have 2 lives left, I guess. I should have enough lives to beat this level. Let's grab this. So, yeah, pretty much that's my life. I grew up, like, in the 90s, and most kids my age didn't know, like, in high school. I would ask, like, you know, freshmen and stuff when I was, like, a junior. I would ask them, like, you know what a VCR is? They'd be like, a what? Like, really? How do you not know what a VCR is? You're, like, the same generation as me. How do you not know? At least that guy got stuck there so we could kill him easy. But, yeah, like, really? Really? What did you do? Like, I know VCRs, or DVD players were a thing since, like, the early 90s, but they were, like, you know, super expensive, like hundreds of dollars, a couple, maybe even, like, 2,000 bucks, you know, for DVD players. So most people had VHS, and they still made movies for VHS, so might as well just have a VHS, right? So that's pretty much how, like, it made me mad, like, really? And then I would explain it to him, like, I explained him, like, you know, it's like, you know, like these big rectangular, like, cassette tapes, essentially, where you put them inside this machine, you'd have to rewind them, and then play them on your TV. And then most times they didn't have controllers, or at least mine didn't have a controller. It was that old. It didn't have a controller. Where do you go next? I think you go to Electman next, right? I think you go to Electman. So yeah, I wouldn't have I had like an old style VHS. Oh, this looks different. Oh, the menu looks different too. Also, you can, as I showed you, you can cycle through your power-ups, pressing that button. Let's kill this guy. You know, when I was younger, I used to be able to do there's like a cool, like, crap, I can't hit him. Okay, there we go. Ah, dang it, I missed. Okay, there we go. I used to be able to do the trick where you could do this. Like, you could go boom, 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 or no. I'm gonna try this. My gamer card will be removed if I don't succeed. Like, that trick. I can't do it fast anymore, but I used to be able to do that really fast. But, as time progressed, I wasn't able to do it anymore. Okay, I don't know how you're supposed to get that. I think you have to, like, jump, or you go down that ladder to get that, which I don't need any, whoa. Mario changed color, or Mega Man changed color there, which I've never seen that happen before. It's probably as a result of using the pause, or using the select way to change weapons. But yeah, so I basically grew up in, like, essentially the 90s. I feel like a 90s kid. I don't feel like a 2000 kid, where I grew up with, like, like a flip. I actually had a flip phone through, like, elementary school. I had a flip phone because sometimes my dad, he owned a tool store, so he wouldn't be able to take me to school because he had to be there at a certain time because he had, like, helpers and stuff, and they needed to be there to do so. So he wasn't able to take me to school. My mom would take me to school, and then she worked, so she basically was at work when I was at school. So I need to focus here for a second. Damn it. The block pattern timing seems different. Maybe it's me, but I think the pattern is different. Go now, go now. Oh, what the heck? I think it is different. I never had a hard time with that before. Maybe I'm just because I'm distracted while I'm talking or something, I don't know. But yeah, so I had a flip phone because I would sometimes ride the bus or my own pick me up depending on her schedule from work. So I had a flip phone, and most kids didn't have a phone in elementary school because, you know, most parents, at least with the neighborhood where I lived, most parents didn't get their kids a cell phone because, you know, the stereotypes were they're gonna ruin their eyes. But on a flip phone, all you could really do was basically just play like Pac-Man kind of games. You couldn't play like, you know, like you couldn't play like Mega Man or even like you could text your friends, but most. Okay, I feel like that block that the pattern of that is different. Is this different? No, I guess it's just maybe maybe something's different. I don't know. But something filled off there. But yeah, so I had a flip phone. I didn't actually get a smartphone, which my first smartphone was the Galaxy S3, which I didn't actually get. Oh, this room is so pink. This is crazy. My face looks pink now because the way my camera's set up. So I had a flip phone. My first smartphone was a Galaxy S3, which I actually got in I think in the first year of high school, or the 8th grade, where I got a. I'm actually gonna get rid of this thing. We can actually throw this to kill those guys, which I missed. Wonderful. Die, guys, die. Okay. So yeah, I keep digressing from my story, but we need to grab this weapon here, because you can't beat the game without this power-up. It's pretty crazy they don't tell you that, like, you never need this power-up anywhere else until, like, the first level of the Wily stage, which is, kind of mean, kind of unfair, definitely. I think you can actually kill these guys with bombs. Let's see, I think you can kill them with bombs. You can, probably, right? Yep. Yeah, can you? Oh, yeah, you can. Okay. I definitely need some HP. You can try killing this guy for some HP, maybe. That didn't drop HP. I don't know if those guys drop health. I've never seen them drop health before. But yeah, I basically grew up like an 80s kid. I've said that so many times in this video. But yeah, I don't know what else to say that involves Mega Man. I guess I could talk about like my first experience with this game, which... My first experience with Mega Man was, when I was like, I think... Fuck. I think that's game over, too. Oh, it's not game over. I have one more life, okay. So yeah, my first experience with Mega Man was obviously this game. And I saw some episodes of the cartoon, but I don't remember anything from the Mega Man cartoon. Which, again, is from, like, the 90s. Oh, dang it. Okay, they're not gonna get me, alright. I don't know why I went this way. I usually go on the outside room because this part, I always take damage in this section most times. Just because I can't time the whole thing right. I'm just gonna keep going up this way. Oh, I almost avoided getting hit there, damn it. Dang it! Damn it! Got hit like 4 times. Okay, so we don't need to grab that thing again because we already have it. Which there's a lot of cool exploits you can do using that, but I don't have the skill to do that. I'm not gonna keep using Cutman because we need it for the boss. Okay, shoot it now. That lags the whole game when you throw the bomb. Nope, they don't drop HP. That sucks. So yeah, my first experience with Mega Man was obviously playing this game, and I thought it was so hard. I was like, I think 4 or 5 when I played this, and I actually started crying because I could not even beat the first boss. I think the first boss I played was actually, I think it was either Heat Man or Guts Man, and I think I tried Heat Man first, and I just could not get past the. Oh damn it! I almost died. I just could not beat it for some reason. For the life of me, I just could not get past the first opening stage. Oh damn it, I forgot that thing hits you there. I just could not get past the first room where you have to go, across the... Let's use this to avoid all damage. Okay, there we go. Switch to Cutman weapon. I have to beat him on this try, or get a game over and have to beat this level again. Hopefully we don't have to do that. But yeah, so I played the game. I didn't actually beat it until like 2 years later because I just rage quit at the game. And I was like, I'm not playing this game again. This game's too hard. But I had beaten Contra before, so... Or no, did I? I think I actually beat the first stage of Contra before. My dad and I were playing multiplayer. I beat the first stage of Contra before. Like, he did most of the playing. I was player 2, and I kind of just died the whole time. But... Okay, this boss is definitely tough. I have to focus here. Because he does so much damage per hit. Okay, I died. That's game over. Oh, this is new too. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm probably gonna die here, but let's try not to die. If we can avoid dying, let's try doing that. Oh, and we didn't die. There we go. We beat the boy. We beat Alekman. And there we go. So yeah, completely forgot what I was talking about, but that's fine. My arm kind of hurts. So I'm gonna end the video off here. In the next video, we'll take down these two bosses, maybe beat the game. I don't know. I'll see you guys there. Bye.